So today we got some plants that need to be potted up to the next size. You can see our plants here we have in soil blocks. See if you can see those pretty well. Got a lot of soil blocks in here with flowers. And over here we have our peppers and some cabbage and other things out in the greenhouse as well. Next week is going to be really cold, according to the weather, down in the 20s. So also need more room in here for new seed starts. So we are going to work on potting these guys up into bigger pots, doing that out in the greenhouse. So let's get started. All right, so first I've got some basils out here. We've got some Genovese, some cardinal basil, Thai basil, some cumin, and chive has not come up yet. So I've got my little table set up here. What I'm going to do is put a little bit of our mix into here, into each one of these pots. Now this is always the tricky part the first time, is getting the first one or two of these guys out, because they tend to want to fall apart. These little seed trays are holding the soil blocks in there, so we're just going to, as careful as we can, move this guy in here, and then we're going to put some more soil around him and get this guy ready for the next stage. These could go in these little seed blocks and stuff for a little bit longer. Our problem is the space. So we're running quickly out of space in our seed starting chamber, germination chamber up there, and so we need to get some other things going. So I'm just going to carefully as I can put these in their pots, and then we'll label these. I've got some tape and a pen, and we will carry on with the day to get these guys moved to the greenhouse. Also got some broccoli and several different kinds of lettuce and cabbage up here. These I was really hoping could go outside, but again, it's going to be in the 20s this next week. I'm just worried that these guys will freeze in the field. So I'm going to go ahead and pot these up to larger pots and keep them here in the greenhouse, and we will hope that we can keep this in here warm enough so that they'll all survive the cold that's coming. So we'll get started with that. So I was able to get quite a few of these guys potted up yesterday. They're looking good. Gonna need some water and keep going. So got a lot more lettuce and a lot more things up here still in the soil blocks. We start them in the soil blocks because we get a better germination rate. Starting them in the soil blocks, and any soil blocks that don't germinate we don't need to plant. So just a good way to save soil and time in getting our propagations going for the field. So lots of lettuce here, broccoli, and other stuff. So we will go and start some more. So here my wife's got some flowers starting to germinate in soil blocks. Like this tray, all of those guys are up, so they need to be put in pots until they're ready to go out. The same thing here. It's got some little tiny soil blocks here that are doing really good, pretty good germination, some that didn't. Peppers, we've got some peppers growing. Again, those guys are all started in their soil blocks. A few that haven't sprouted, so we'll keep waiting patiently for them. So I've got some other things to get planted here. A spice that we just got, blue spice basil, and then I've got all kinds of tomatoes. These are out of our seed storage, and so I've got 5 boxes here with all kinds of tomatoes. So I'm going to try to get a few of those started today. But right now I've got our soil mix, which is I've already got it wet and ready to go, and now I'm going to make the soil blocks with it. Pretty easy to do. Get the soil blocks made, and then we can put the seeds in there and get them labeled and keep going. Hopefully this will give us a great head start to our spring planting and give us a head start on starting all these tomatoes and other things from seeds. So wish us luck, and we will keep on growing.